let's come into our seat and just rest our hands comfortably. And please allow your eyelids to drop. And with your eyelids dropping, please also allow your shoulders to drop. So my friend Paul, I always think of Paul when I say this because he says it. He says you can pretend that your shoulder blades are like pats of butter and they are just melting down your back. But the head is floating beautifully, effortlessly. The jaw is unclenched. And perhaps there is a little smile on the face. Mysterious little Buddha smile. Showing a state of contentment. Beautiful thing to breathe and know that we are breathing. Please, for 5 or 6 breaths, apply a little bit of effort to make your breathing just slightly deeper so that you can visualize that diaphragm muscle, that beautiful dome-shaped muscle between your thoracic cavity and your abdominal cavity. You can imagine it pressing down as you inhale. And it causes the organs to move out, so we feel expansion on the side body and slightly in the back and in the low belly. And then when we exhale, we can see the diaphragm muscle rising back up into that beautiful dome shape. And we can just observe the proper functioning of our respiratory system. This is another condition for happiness, always there for us. Beautiful ways to bring ourselves into harmony with one another is to sing a song together. So our voices come together and our breathing. Let us bring our hands to our heart. And please join me at any time. Breathing in, I go back to the island within myself. There are beautiful trees within the island. There are clear streams of water. There are birds, sunshine, and fresh air. Breathing out, I feel safe. I enjoy going back to my island. Thank you, ladies. So let's go ahead and do some movements that we've already been doing a little bit, just so we have repetition. We get them in our bodies. Weave your fingers together right here, please. And on your inhalation, please turn your palms up and stretch the body in 2 directions, both up and down. Okay? If you press the base of the index finger up as much as possible, as much as your hands will allow. This will stretch the forearm and the tendons in the hands. Good, that looks great. Please inhale and give yourself a slight back bend. Lift the heart, look up. Then on your exhalation, release your fingers so you can feel the blood coming back in your fingertips. And then when your arms become parallel with the floor, please spin around. Right hand to the left knee. Okay, left hand on the floor behind you. And I do the opposite. Okay, just so that I mirror you, it's a little easier to follow. Lift your spine tall, and then rotate the spine around. So you have length and just rotation. You're not leaning, you're just lifting and twisting. So the eyeballs look way over to the left. Okay, excellent. So continue breathing, please. And then from here, please slowly drop your left ear towards the floor. And keep your right shoulder drawing down also. Don't lift your shoulder up. Keep it drawing down. And you may feel lots of opening along the side of the neck. Even there, you're happy to be stretching your carotid artery, which is a very big artery, major artery in the neck, as well as many other structures in there, lymph nodes, tendons, connective tissue, and of course muscles. And then release that. Come on back to center. Okay, from here, please lean back on your sitting bones and recross your legs. So the opposite leg is in front. Can anybody write with both hands? You're ambidextrous? You can? So does this not feel so weird for you? No? Does it feel strange to sit this way with the opposite leg in front for anyone else? I'm just always curious. It feels very strange for me. It's not so natural. And especially when we do this and we put the opposite pinky on the outside, this feels very strange to me. Does this feel strange? No? You can write with both hands?
One.
Only one? Okay. And so this is the normal, you have a way that you normally do it, and then if you switch, so you put the opposite pinky on the outside, for most people it feels kind of strange. Does it feel different? Because it's like writing with your opposite hand, your non-dominant hand. So anyway, it's good for your brain to switch it up like this. Inhale again, press the roots of the fingers up, sitting bones down. You can feel the side body open, especially the side of the ribs. And when you're ready, everyone, inhale, lift your heart, look up. And exhale, really slowly. Okay, stop right there. And then spin around the other way. Left hand to the right knee. Right hand is on the floor behind you. The reason we put the hand behind us is to kind of lift the belly forward. So it helps keep the spine tall. We rotate around, eyeballs remain open. We look way over to the right, and then we slowly drop our right ear towards the floor. And we breathe. Release. So nice to hear the birds sing. Practicing yoga. Okay, please come forward up to the top of your mat. I'm going to face both ways, sometimes this way, no, maybe I'll face all the time this way because you have the camera there. Never mind.
The
Sorry.
camera is not working well, so I just turned
You
it
just
off.
turn up? Okay, that's fine. We'll work with what we have. So please come to a nice squat pose. That's good. It's interesting, Asian people, almost all Asian people can squat easily. No problem. With their heels down and everything and be very comfortable, including in India. And you too. But many, many Western people cannot do this. They're way up here. They have such a hard time.
Because they sit on the chair.
Yeah. Even if they're thin, sometimes they really have a hard time. I think I'm told it's genetic to some degree. So, go ahead and take your elbows to your knees. Take your hands together in prayer pose, okay? Lengthen your spine, drop your tailbone, and then start drawing your thumbs towards your heart and extending your heart towards your thumbs. So Mariana, please get your elbows a little closer to your knee, good. So that when you pull your hands towards your heart, you also push your knees apart, good. So you get an inner thigh stretch, I hope? Or I definitely do. Breathe. I think I would get a nice inner thigh stretch just watching. Sometimes when you teach and you walk around and you help everyone and you don't demonstrate much, you also feel a benefit. I think from the students, because everyone is in the same energy field. Inhale here. Exhale, hands down. Straighten your legs. And then bring your feet parallel to one another. Approximately the distance of your hip joints. Okay, and then everyone please lift all 10 toes up off the mat. Really activate the arches of your feet. And then please spread your toes. See if you can set 2 toes down at a time. Little ones first, and then the next 2, and then the middle toes. And then it is very tricky. Very tricky.
They go together.
Maybe impossible, at least at first. Okay, so hands on the shins, everyone. Inhale, lengthen up, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold down, hang the crown of your head down. Do that again, please. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold down. And one more time. Inhale, rise up. It's okay to keep a little bend in your knees if you need to. Exhale, fold. Please come to chair pose. Bend your knees. Send your bottom back behind you and slowly draw your arms up. Okay, and Mariana, take your hips back more, good. So look at my spine. We don't want the spine here upright. We actually want kind of a diagonal line. But when you look down, if ideally you can see your toes. Your knees are not in front of your toes, but a little bit behind. So you have to send your seat back behind you a little bit. 5 small bounces, ladies. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Strong legs. Inhale, rise up, a little tiny back bend here. Exhale, open your heart, spread your wings, and fly down to the earth softly. Inhale, lengthen to a flat back. Exhale and fold. Please step your right foot back behind you. Come into a nice deep runner's lunge. So if you drop your groins towards the floor, also at the same time you lift your heart. Okay, ideally. I mean, we don't really want to be here with a collapsed chest. We want to have an open heart, like there's a little tiny hand inside the sternum, pressing it forward. The right heel reaches back. Your right quadricep muscles, they lift into your femur bone. It actually makes your femur bone stronger, literally. Right in this moment, it's making your bones stronger. Right hand down on the floor, left hand down, left hand on the left knee. And then please rotate, twist your tummy into your inner thigh, and then please lift your left hand up. Okay, lengthen your spine. Gaze up at your left thumb. Very nice. That looks good. Okay, let's flow a little bit here, everyone. Exhale, left hand down to the floor. Inhale, lift it up again. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Just once more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. I'll show you one more thing that's a little more advanced. See if you can do it. When we inhale, we lift the arm and we straighten the leg at the same time. It's a little bit, requires more flexibility. You want to try? That's our inhalation. This is a version of revolved triangle pose. Exhale, come back down. Bending the knee and lowering the leg. Good. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale. Lower, and one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Marvelous. Okay? So left foot back to meet your right. Remember, this is plank pose. So our stomach muscles are working, our back muscles are working. Very nice. Drop down to your knees. Please lower the chest and the chin. Keep your hips high. I already forgot the Vietnamese word. How do you say?
Soda.
How do you say?
Soda.
Soda. It means worm? It means worm?
It means that kind of worm.
The inchworm? Soda. Soda. Oh, I'm gonna write that down so I remember. Inhale, lift to cobra. Okay, draw your elbows back. So just on your hands there, good. Rather than the forearms. Toes under, everybody. Inhale here. Exhale. First we press up, then we pull back. That's all one exhalation, by the way. Downward facing dog. In Sanskrit, we say Adho Mukha Svanasana. But if I tell you all the Sanskrit names of the poses, it's going to be more confusing than if I just use English. So let's keep it simple. And when you're ready, everybody, please inhale your right leg up behind you. Okay? Keep your hip. This is the low leg lift. So our hips are squared to the floor. Our toes are pointing down. Very good. And then we exhale. And we draw our foot forward between our hands, more or less. Yes, even if we have to pick it up. Once one very clever gentleman, he figured out to do this. That works too. You can do that. Okay, so you drop your groins to the floor, left hand down, right hand on the right knee, rotate, belly into the thigh. You want a little contact there. Inhale your left arm straight up. Okay, so your palm is facing out towards the windows, everyone, including you, Mariana. Right palm facing the windows. There you go, you got it. Excellent. So how do you say inchworm in Russian?
Sorry?
How do you say inchworm in Russian?
In
Russian.
no, the word is
Inchworm?
inchworm.
It's a worm?
Oh.
No. Here. We'll get to it. You can teach me later. First we do yoga, then we do Russian. Lessons later. Okay? Exhale. Sorry, my fault.
In Russian it's
Chivyak?
Chivyak.
Chivyak. Okay, got it. Inhale. Soda and chivyak. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, open up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, open up. Exhale, lower, and 3 more times. Now we also extend our right leg. Inhale, open, ha, stretchy, stretchy. Exhale, lower. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Okay? Plank pose. Okay, you say chivyak.
Chivyak.
Chivyak. Down to your knees. Chivyak. To the floor. And then now we come upward facing dog. Press into your hands. Lift up. So I have not said this before, but I'm just going to share it with you for your own benefit. Classic pose, upward facing dog, is just hands and feet on the floor. Your thighs actually don't touch. But if that's too hard, it's okay if you do this, as long as your low back is safe. Okay? And sometimes I do that myself by putting my thighs on the floor. Toes under, exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, are we already getting a little warmer? Inhale your left leg up. Okay, exhale, step the left foot forward. Okay, and then from here, simply step the right foot up. So momentarily you come into, we call it a standing split, but really the legs are only about 90 degrees apart. You okay? Did you hurt something?
No.
Okay. So from here, we just lower the right leg to meet the left. And then we come back to 2 feet. Good. Inhale, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, spread your wings out and let the back of the heart draw you up. So you lift, 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 you give it a little back bend. By the way, we don't push our pelvis forward like that, okay? We keep the pelvis under the shoulders, more or less, and we just slightly lean back. Let's keep traveling. Exhale, open your arms and fold, heart first. Good. Inhale, nice long flat back. Exhale and fold. This time the right foot goes back again. We bend our left knee and we rise up. We come into a high lunge position. So ideally, there's two poses here. The one we're doing is called high lunge. This is warrior two, where we turn our foot down and our hips remain squared forward. I mean warrior one, pardon me. This is warrior one. This is warrior two, okay? So if you're ever here, this is high lunge, which is a little harder than warrior one in terms of balance, okay? Everyone, please just take a little inhalation here. Look up, lean back slightly, and then exhale and lower down to the floor. Okay, left foot back to meet your right. Sauda, lower, inchworm. Okay, inhale all the way, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Please inhale, your right leg lifts. Exhale, step it forward, solid in the feet. Rise up, high lunge position. Okay, little back bend here. Lift your heart, and then exhale, and come on down. Plank pose. 8 points or inchworm, lower. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Very good. So a lot of this just movement, a little faster, up and down and so forth, is just going to build some heat in your body. So stay right there in downward facing dog. I may just come around and give you a little adjustment. And you basically keep your hands where they are. Feels kind of nice. Take some pressure off the hands and the shoulders. Lengthens the spine. Three more breaths, everybody, right here. See if you can draw that part of your spine in a little more. Good. Turn your hips upward. Yeah. And now please begin taking little steps forward. And in fact, step your feet wide, right off the mat, so the feet are on the floor rather than on the mat, but up forward. Feet beside your hands. Walk your feet way up here. Or walk your hands backwards. Okay. Inhale, lengthen to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Okay, this time reach your hands back behind you. Weave your fingers together. And then lift your hands up towards the ceiling. Maybe your elbows become straight. And maybe you're very flexible in your shoulders and your hands drop over onto the floor. Maybe not this lifetime. Maybe next lifetime. It doesn't matter. Okay? What matters is that you're getting a stretch in your shoulders. Everyone feel that?
Yes.
Okay, right here. You feel this one right here? Opens the front of the shoulder joint. 3 more breaths. Keep your fingers interwoven, but turn your hands the other way, just like this. Or no, fingers interwoven, but palms facing your body. Yeah, there you go. Excellent. Okay, so this is a little bit of a head rush. Please come up slowly. Bend your knees. Keep your eyes open. Inhale and rise up. Bit by bit. And exhale. Release your arms. Okay, and then hop. Bring your feet back together again. Very nice. So we're going to do another straddle, except we're going to get to there through another sun salutation, and we'll do a slightly different forward fold that's good for the upper back of the heart. Okay, so from here, please inhale into the heart. Exhale, bend your knees. Sweep your fingers down. Okay, so we're basically coming into chair pose, all right? Inhale, sweep the arms up. Everyone exhale a little deeper into your chair. And inhale, straighten your legs, little back bend, and then exhale and fold. And Mariana, take a walk towards the front of your mat because we're going to step behind us and you want to have a space to go to. Okay, inhale, lengthen up to a flat back. And then on your exhalation, fold. Now if you like, if you want something a little more vigorous, you can actually hop back to plank. I'll show you. Or you can step both feet, 1 foot at a time. It's okay, either one. Okay, good. Inhale here. Exhale, lower down in inchworm. Okay, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Very nice, everyone. Please inhale your left leg up. Okay, and do you remember there are two different leg lifts? So this one is the low one, and then when you turn the side of your hip up and the side of your foot towards the ceiling, it gets much bigger. That's the second one. Okay, here's the first, here's the second. So we're doing the second one. Okay, so as big as you can get. Very nice. Good, good, good. Different stretch slightly. Exhale, step way forward. Okay, put your right heel on the floor, charge up your right arm and come backwards into warrior two. All right, just like we've done many times. So here's warrior two. Remember, left knee over the left ankle. We don't want the knee coming forward like that. We want it drawing out so we cannot see our little toes. Take a slightly wider stance. There, Sister Bamboo. Yes, good. Okay, arms parallel with the floor. Beautiful. Inhale, straighten your left knee, look forward, palms together. And exhale, warrior two. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Marvelous. Exhale. You're all doing such a nice job leading with your knee. Okay, stop right there. And 3 more times we're going to lunge, but we're going to do it from reverse warrior. So straighten that right leg. Good. And just your left leg is bent. Now we lean back. Right hand comes to the right shin, and our left hand reaches overhead. You can see in the window, right? Okay, excellent. So we lunge again. We keep leaning back with our upper body, but now we straighten our left leg. So straighten the left leg, good, and exhale, bend it again. You okay? Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lunge. Yes, keep the upper body reaching back. And just one more time. Exhale. Inhale. Okay, that's all, everybody. Inhale, come on up, okay? We're not going to go to triangle pose tonight. In fact, we're going to do the upper part of what we call eagle pose. So from here, rotate your feet so both feet are pointing slightly in. We call this like pigeon-toed in English. So the heels are outside of the toes. Okay, so Mariana, switch here at the angle of your feet, huh? So your heels are outside of your toes. Yeah, just like that. Okay, this time arms come in front of you, parallel to the floor.
You can turn
Yeah, go ahead and turn around. This one's just symmetrical. Okay, so the right arm crosses over the left at your elbow or even above your elbow. And then you wind your forearms together. So the fingers of the left hand come to the palm of the right, more or less, something like that. Most importantly is that you're hooked at the elbow. Okay, so I just ask you, if you lift your fingers up, can you feel a stretch in your upper back? Kind of behind the heart? All right, so you lift fingers up towards the ceiling, you maintain that, you keep your spine long, and then you exhale and you fold at your hip joints. Fold, fold, fold. And then you allow gravity to pull on your forearms. And you hang your head down, but you might not be able to keep your head in an equal position because sometimes if you do that, you can't breathe very well. And you have to put your face to the side like that a little bit so you can breathe. Okay, so it's okay. But a special breathing technique here. Please imagine like a disc of light about 4 inches in diameter, expanding the back of the heart when you inhale. It's like as if the skin of your back is sort of like the skin of a drum. And you're stretching the skin across the drum, then internally you add more air to stretch the back of the heart. And Mariana, see if you can release this even more. There you go, good. So you have no tension, good. And you breathe right into here. 2 more breaths, everybody. You getting a headache?
No,
Or dizzy?
a little bit distracted.
Oh yeah. Then we also get to stretch the outside of the ankles, which doesn't almost never get stretched unless you do it on purpose.
So come up slowly. This can be a bit of a head rush. Bend your knees a little. Keep your eyes open and slowly come up. Keep your hands interwoven or your forearms interwoven. Keep lifting and lifting and lifting. And then please exhale forcefully through the mouth. Like so. And you shake. Shake your arms up. Okay, so let me just share with you the theory behind this. Go ahead and give your legs a break for a moment. The back of the body, everything is stored in the tissues. All the memories, all of the seeds that have been transmitted from our ancestors. Many body workers feel that this can be actually found in the body, especially in the connective tissue, tendons and ligaments and fascia, but also in muscles. And because the back body tends to store information we're mostly unconscious of, it's not the part of the body we see in the mirror, we have a lot of tension in our back that we're not aware of. And in the back of the heart especially, there's a lot of emotional trauma and tension stored there. So when you're opening it, when you do this, particularly you spread these muscles, the rhomboid muscles that pull your shoulder blades together. So we spread them out when we do this and we breathe into that. We open it all up. So when you release, please release quite forcefully so all the energy can drain out your arms and out your fingers and out the exhalation. So we release like this. We exhale literally like that. And we shake and we exhale through the mouth strongly. Okay? So let's do the other side. In fact, we'll come into it the same way. Come back to the top of your mat. And we'll begin hands at the heart. Inhale into the heart. Exhale, bend your knees, sweep your fingers down. And then inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, sink lower. Inhale again. Exhale, straighten your knees and swan dive forward, lead with your heart. Good. Inhale, lengthen to a long, flat back. Exhale, fold down the left foot, reaches behind. Okay, from here, we spin our left heel down and we backwards cartwheel. So our left arm comes up and we find ourselves once again in warrior two. That means we're facing the long end of the mat. The right knee is over the right ankle. We are not leaning our body forward like this. We have our shoulders directly over our hips. Okay, and here we begin lunging. Inhale, straighten your knee, palms together overhead. Exhale, open it up. Inhale, straightening, and exhale, bend the right knee. And sister, there you go, turn your foot this direction. Right there, inhale, and then exhale, straightening your knee. I'm sorry, bending the knee is what I meant to say. Okay, one more time, inhale, and exhale. And that leg stays straight the whole time. And let me help you with that foot. Let me show you the foot position, everybody. The right toes are turned out, the left toes are slightly turned in, hips square forward, okay? So now from warrior two, we lean back into reverse warrior. Our left hand comes down onto the shin. Do not press on your knee joint. Press on your shin or your thigh bone. Okay, right arm reaches back, your right palm faces the floor. And here we go, 3 times. Straighten the knee, look up, and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Marvelous. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Draw this knee back towards Sister Joy. Good. And the foot. Good. Good, good, good. Okay, so go ahead and come on up. Stand up straight, all limbs straight. And then from here, we turn all 10 toes slightly inward. Okay? And Sister Lonian, she's right. We also stretch the outside of the ankles. Okay? Arms in front of you, parallel, this time left over right. And then we wind our forearms together. Okay? Inhale, reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, fold. So you bend from the hip joints, ideally. And then you surrender the upper body to gravity. You let gravity pull your arms. And then you deliberately breathe to release any difficulty that you might be unconsciously carrying in your upper back. You shine a big laser beam of light in the upper back. And you break up the tension. Two more big breaths into the back of the heart. And here nice and warm. Warm, warm, warm. Okay, so carefully bend your knees, slowly come up, bit by bit, so we don't pass out, because a lot of blood goes into our upper body. And we keep lifting our fingers all the way up. Lift, lift, lift. Okay, and we exhale forcefully. Shake it out. Excellent. Okay, from here, bring your feet a little closer together, not maybe a little wider than your shoulders, and then please do a little bear twist. Okay, we let our arms just flop. They even maybe gently slap the side body. And if we do this strongly enough, if we even close our eyes, we can feel some of the blood kind of throbbing in our fingertips. This is an indication that you have enough force to drain any tension out the subtle channels of the arms. Okay, and then we don't stop it. We just let the body unwind by itself. And slowly, little by little, we say we stop feeding the bear and he slowly goes away. Ah, that feels nice. You can just enjoy the energy. And still we have the birds helping us. Please bring your feet together. And then go ahead and take a turn and come up towards the front of your mat. Shall we do a few things on the floor? Okay? So let's get there through one balance pose, one simple balance pose. Up on your tippy toes, palms face one another. Exhale and slowly draw your hands down to your heart. Stay on the balls of your feet. So heels up if you can, Mariana. And slowly lower down to the floor. Okay? Very nice, everybody. From here, just sit back. Okay? So, we'll do a couple of simple forward folds. I know what, this would be a nice one for you to have on tape. Let's do this instead. Why don't we all turn, in fact, let's turn that way except you so you can see. We'll have Sister Joy turn this direction, all of us turn this direction, and maybe including me. So it's a little easier to follow. That's okay? Okay. Please bend your left leg and extend your right. And make sure that you have plenty of mat space in front of your left knee because we're going to come up on the left knee. Reach behind and pull the flesh from under your sitting bones. You know, I was telling you how if you ever had a really skinny kid sit on your lap and you can feel two sharp sitting bones on your thigh. So this morning, one particularly skinny monk, he got up off his cushion and I saw there's two deep depressions, very distinct in the cushion. I said, see, those are the sitting bones. And we want to feel that. They root deep into it feels kind of like a plug into an outlet. That's the feeling. Sitting bones straight down and evenly weighted. Okay, inhale your arms up. Let's have another twist. Right hand over to the left knee. So this time don't mirror me because there we go. All right, left hand on the floor behind you. Inhale, just a short twist, okay? So just look around to the left, maybe just 2 breaths here. And then release that. Okay, open your arms, and now please revolve towards your extended leg. And then, when you can't revolve any further, reach your left hand to the outside of your right shin and put your right hand on the floor behind you. Good. Fold very deeply. Okay, I forgot to say, ideally, when we do these poses, we push through our heel and our toes point straight up. But for now, I'd actually like you to point your toes like a ballerina, just so you stretch the top of the foot and the outer right shin. Now, please deliberately breathe into the low left side of your back. Does everyone feel a stretch there? Okay. Plus, obviously, the back of your right thigh, for sure. Slowly inhale and come on up. Okay, this part is a little tricky. We rotate again to the left just a little bit. We put our left hand on the floor, and then we inhale, point the toes, and lift your hips all the way up off the mat. Stretch your right fingers in the opposite direction of your right toes. Drop your left ear towards the floor. And then, if you want, here's a detail. You can actually bend your right elbow a little bit and pretend that your hand weighs 20 pounds. This will give you a slightly bit more tricep stretch. Okay.
I think my
Is
hand's a little bit
Sweaty?
weak.
Ah, okay. Well, delicate, because your bones are very fine. Can you lift a little higher here? There. So you're kind of in a, good. And then slightly bend here. You're sort of in a back bend, sort of in a side bend. Exhale and have a seat. Okay, this one, can you all feel this is a huge stretch through the entire body? Have a seat for one moment. I'm just going to share one thing with you. There was an article in the New York Times already maybe a year ago. They say they discovered that regular yoga practice significantly reduces cardiovascular disease in people over 40. And I remember reading it initially and thinking, well, gosh, how much money did they have to spend to prove that? So to me, this is a very obvious thing. But the beautiful thing about the study is they discovered why. They discovered the mechanism why. And it's because we don't just stretch muscles and we don't just stretch connective tissue, we stretch everything. That means we stretch arteries and veins. And it turns out when you're regularly stretching your vascular tissue, arteries and veins, or arterial and vascular tissue, then plaque doesn't have so much opportunity to stick to the inside. And not only that, then the veins don't harden. There's two main conditions, one they call atherosclerosis and one they call arterial sclerosis. One is hardening of the arteries, one is the buildup of plaque, of fatty cholesterol tissue. But when you stretch your veins and your arteries regularly, they stay nice and clean and obviously flexible. So sometimes you can really feel that, especially in a stretch like this one, which huge opener for your lungs. That's the other thing, we stretch organs. We stretch all nervous tissue, all vascular tissue, all muscle tissue, the digestive to everything. And not only that, the energy body. We also move subtle energy throughout the whole system. So yoga works so many levels, so many systems. So watch for one moment. We'll do that a couple more times. I think we were here, right? So we're going to try our best to make one movement per breath, like so. So we were here. This is our inhalation. And then here we exhale, exhale, exhale all the way down to here. We inhale. And exhale. So the only way to make our one breath, and it's tricky, is to practice Ujjayi Pranayama, a special breathing technique where you actually close the base of the throat a little bit. It's hard, because when we don't do it, this sounds like this, regular breath. But when we do it, it's 2 to 3 times longer. Listen. You can hear? It's the same exact muscles you use to whisper. Exact same muscles. Except you keep your lips closed.
Or if you can say the letter H, it's the exact same thing, but you close your lips. Okay? So it's not in the vocal cords exactly. It's not a sound in your voice box. It's a sound because the opening of the throat is narrowed. So then it takes longer for the breath to all come out. You want to try? If you just sit and try and make the sound. We sometimes call it ocean breathing, so it sounds kind of like the surf coming up on the beach. Good, I can hear. Much easier on the exhalation. It's harder on the inhalation, but possible to do both. Very nice, everyone. That is Ujjayi Pranayama, which is Sanskrit for the victoriously upward moving breath, the victorious upward breath. So it helps when we do long poses with one breath. We try 3 times on each side. So please extend your right leg, okay? Okay, and let's all start in this position. This is our exhalation position. Okay, so bring, there you go, sister, Tukmin, right? Okay, so here we go. Inhale, long inhalation. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. It's in the throat, everyone. The breath in the throat. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale, sit up. Okay? Did we do it? One movement per breath? And without holding our breath? Good. That's excellent. It's hard. It takes some time, for sure. Okay, other side. Inhale the arms out. First, twist towards your bent knee. So left hand. Yeah, left hand onto the right knee. Right hand behind you. Okay, flex your extended foot. So first you're pressing through the heel. Not pointing, but flexing. Good. That's it. The toes reach up for the ceiling. And eyeballs are open. We look over to the right. We breathe. A couple of breaths. That's it. Inhale. Come back. Okay, arms out. Now we rotate towards our extended leg, and then we fold. Our right hand goes to the outside, our left hand is on the floor, and we fold very deeply. And again, we send our breath into the right low back. Okay, there's a muscle there called the quadratus lumborum. And as I have said before, when it's too tight, it can cause low back problems. So please stay here and please point your toes now, like a ballerina. Stretch the top of your foot. So to do this, you have to engage the arch of the foot. You actually exercise the arch of your foot. And here we go. Flowing. Inhale. Ujjayi Pranayama, everyone. Inhale. All the way up, other hand down, sister. Put your right hand on the floor, sister bamboo. Right, there you go. Good. Excellent. Exhale, have a seat. Okay, rotate around. Inhale, come on up. Reaching. Yes. Oof, feels marvelous. Exhale. Flow. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, have a seat. Okay, and one last time, and this time we hold it. Not our breath, just the pose.
We hold the pose for 3 or 4 breaths. Okay? And then Sister Longnium, turn your gaze more up, turn your face more up towards the ceiling. Good. So almost like you're coming into a back bend. So go ahead and put your whole foot down right here, like so. Yes, and then arch. Yeah, there you go. Okay, couple more breaths, everybody. Bend this elbow now, just for the hold. So you get a little extra stretch right there. And exhale, have a seat. Very nice. Nice, nice, nice. Are we ready for Shavasana? Is that enough? It's time, isn't it? Yeah, it's definitely time. Now, would you like to practice with your legs up the wall or just flat on your back? Do you want a couple of cushions under your body?
I think I'm okay.
You're okay? You?
Okay. Sao đi con biết thế là làm cái đó mình vẫn kéo vào đây không? Now we can.
Yeah, you can go ahead and